Namaste and welcome to React Bits. In today's episode, we are going to talk about how Flutter has set the new standard for cross-platform development. So, for those of you who do not know Flutter, but I believe if you are here, that means you already know something about Flutter. Flutter is a Google's UI toolkit for building beautiful, natively compiled applications for mobile, web, desktop from a single code base. This is how they put it in their website, and it's an open source software that is actively maintained by the community but backed by Google. So it is actually a UI toolkit which compiles natively into native applications for each platform it supports. So what are the major features that makes Flutter so awesome? So first of it is hot reload. For those of you who have been working with native development in Android or iOS, you know that with every changes you make in your business logic, in your code, or sometimes before even in your UI, you need to rebuild your application and load it again into your device or simulator in order to see the changes. However, with Flutter, that is not the case. Any changes that you make, may it be related to business logic or UI, you can see it immediately in the screen in development mode. So this makes it awesome for iterative development of UIs in applications. Also, it supports a single code base for multiple platforms like Android, iOS, web, and in desktop, Mac, Windows, and Linux. It is highly flexible. You can design any customized UI or you can use the various inbuilt UIs for a great experience. And also, it has a great developer experience with awesome tooling. The tool set that it comes with has awesome ecosystem. So we have everything from a debug tools to building tools to development tools. So we have everything that we need as a developer to code with Flutter. Faster prototyping. So it supports rapid prototyping with various inbuilt components that provides great UI. And also, finally, the 98% of code is shared between platforms. So native code is very little, or platform specific codes are very little. So talking about impressive UI toolkits, so Flutter has widgets. What we call widgets are the components that provides various default designs. We have components for iOS design like Cupertino widgets, and for material design like material widgets, and we can create any customized widget from those existing widgets or from ground up. And also, it is possible to access the lower level API directly to build a highly customizable UI. And finally, less effort in prototyping because of its tooling like widgets and hot reload and debugger. Cost effective. So talking about cross-platform, it is already cost effective because single code base supports for multiple platforms. And now that Flutter has gone beyond mobile and started supporting web, which is still in beta, and desktop, which is still in alpha, but as I talked before, 98% of code is shared between platforms, so that's a huge bonus, and it reduces the cost of development and maintenance of the application rapidly, and it saves time and cost during upgrading. So whenever you add a new feature in your business, you need to upgrade only single code base. If you were writing codes natively, you would have to do it in multiple different applications. So, and also using the single code base and single UI design toolkit, what we can provide our users is the similar experience across various platforms and device. So if they move from one device or one platform to another, they feel that the application is same and they are already experienced with it. Next is faster and quicker. So not only development is faster and quicker, but also the performance is almost near to the native apps or sometimes even better than the native apps. So Flutter has been boasting from the beginning that it provides 60 fps rendering. That means 60 frame per second. It can render up to 60 frame per second. And backed by Android Studio and VS Code, two of the most popular open source IDEs in the market, great IDE experience is provided for Flutter with awesome snippets, IntelliSense, code suggestions, and everything with debugger tool inbuilt. So we have a great tools and IDE experience. Finally, it's open source, its documentations are transparent, even you can contribute to the source code or even documentations of Flutter. So what makes it even more awesome is that it's free and open source. So what's next with Flutter? Now that web apps are in beta, we can expect that soon the web apps will be production level, and desktop apps for Mac, Windows and Linux, which is already working in alpha version, you can still work with it, even produce a build and deploy it, like for Linux in Snap Store and Mac for App Store. So it's already in alpha version, but we can expect more and more support. And finally, more and more plugin will come in the platform that support all different platforms like web and desktop, so that any developer writing the business specific application will have to write less and less platform specific code, which makes it more easier and robust to maintain the code. So that is all about Flutter and why it is the new standard for cross-platform development. If you have not tried Flutter, do try it. It's awesome. I have been working with it for 2 years, almost 2 years now, and I have had a great experience. I have built couple of applications. I have been working on couple of applications right now. So it has a great experience. It has a great developer experience. Even your clients will be happy if you are doing freelance. So overall, it is a awesome toolkit that you need to try in 2020. Thank you everyone.